Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 is the long-awaited sequel to Marvel's 2014 science fiction action comedy. Both written and directed by James Gunn, the movie stars Chris Prat, Zoe Saldana, Kurt Russell, Dave Bautista, and Bradley Cooper as the voice of Rocket Racoon. In this movie, the Guardians are sent on a mission by the people of Sovereign to locate invaluable Anulax batteries. After retrieving the loot, Star-Lord and his gang exchange the batteries for the freedom of Gomora's evil criminal sister, Nebula. Rocket, being a cunning thief, accidentally on purpose forgets to give the batteries to the rightful owners, planning to sell them on to a higher bidder. Thinking they are in the clear, the Guardians are rudely awakened by a surprise ambush from the Sovereign Army, who have returned in force to claim what they think is rightfully theirs. Just as it looks as if the gang are about to meet their doom, the anti-heroes are saved from their demise by what appears to be a 1-inch tall man riding a spaceship. After crash landing on the woodland-covered planet of Earth, we learn that the crew's saviour is in fact Quill's long-estranged father, Ego. Played by Kurt Russell, Ego is accompanied by Mantis, portrayed by Canadian actress Tom Clemente. Russell invites the crew to join him aboard his craft, so he can inform them on the reasons why he left Earth. Meanwhile, on the other side of the galaxy, the Sovereign have not forgotten how the Guardians had earlier duped them. Their queen arranges for Ravager Yondu and his gang to apprehend the elusive space bandits. This movie is a more than sufficient successor to 2014's Guardians. The sequel is just as good if not better than its predecessor. It seems that the characters have matured and become a lot more rounded over the last 3 years. Drax appears to become less literate and somewhat more human in nature. The gang of space fighters have grown to act more akin to a family than friends. Although they endure the odd falling out, the Guardians would do anything for one another. The CGI and makeup are more than extraordinary. The sequence depicting a young Kurt Russell back in the 1980s appears as if it had been shot 3 decades earlier. Computer-generated characters Rocket and Baby Groot appear as though they are present on the set, and not as if Chris Prat is just talking to thin air. Once again we are treated to a catchy sing-along soundtrack featuring artists and groups such as Fleetwood Mac, ELO and Cat Stevens, plus many more. This time round the focus particularly seems to be a lot more on the comedic end than the science fiction route. Yet this is not a negative, as the entire audience laughed their way along through the 2-hour runtime. If I had to address any negative aspects of the movie, it is that it tends to drag around the hour mark, but fortunately it isn't long before it picks back up with ferocious action. Despite the CGI being superior to other films out there, Guardians 2 can seem to over-rely on it at times, when a practical effect would have done or even looked superior to computer-generated imagery. Despite these minor quibbles, Guardians 2 is a fantastic popcorn flick, and is highly recommendable for science fiction and superhero fans alike. If you are a fan of the blockbuster genre, I strongly urge you to get to the cinema immediately to check out Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Yo soy Groot. Yo soy Groot.